Now we're back here at the J. Namnoon Oriental Rug Gallery, one of my favorite places to visit. And you know, from time to time you get to meet an actual celebrity here at the J. Namnoon Oriental Rug Gallery. It's the man behind the name. He's more than just a myth. He's Joe Namnoon. Hi, Jojo.
Nice to see you, Steve.
Nice to see you. I got to tell you, it's getting tougher and tougher. You've been here on Weston Street now some 20 years, right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
20 years, my God.
20 years, and of course you got the Design Center now, which is huge, and I know Mary Ann's over there a lot. But it seems like through all the years we've been together, it's getting tougher and tougher to catch up with you. What have you been up to? What are you doing? You're not here at the gallery itself. What are you doing?
Well, I try to stay in the development of the carpets. Our new rugs that we're making and commissioning overseas requires a lot of time and effort. My old rug business is very active and requires travel. We're also involved in other galleries throughout the East Coast where we're supplying rugs to other vendors that we think are top-end people. And you know me, I'm kind of busy guy all the time.
Yep, you're always going. And it's interesting because I think when Mary Ann, how many years ago was it when Mary Ann first came in here?
Mary Ann came on in the about 92.
Okay,
1992.
So Mary Ann, you probably thought that was going to solve a lot of your problems. Mary Ann could come in here, she could run the gallery, and then you could just, you know.
Well, it did. It did for a while. It worked,
right.
but things keep growing. You know, so you know, you're looking at some 20,000 feet up here. 3,000 plus rugs, people coming and going, the largest wash and repair department probably in the state of Connecticut anyway. So it requires a lot of staffing, a lot of time.
Well, we know you have a lot of different types of business interests, and again, you know, just being able to catch up with you is great. I know you've got a lot of things on your plate today, but if it's okay with you, we'd actually like to go see what they say about Joe and Mary Ann when they're not around. All right? Can we do that, Joe?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Wonderful seeing you.
All right, good seeing you, Jojo.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is I'll download the picture, I'll send it, and then I'll talk to Joe and we'll go from there. All right? Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Andrew.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You know, every time I come in here, it seems like you're always the guy who's, Joe around? You always seem like the guy that's really got a handle on what's going on. I mean, I see you out in the gallery with customers. I see you with designers. I see you in the back with the guys doing the wash and restoration. You're on the phone. You're doing the... How do you keep all these things in the air? How do you keep juggling all this stuff?
Post-it notes, Steve.
Post-it notes, huh?
Yep.
Now, Andrew, it's got to be a little daunting, all right? You've got the J. Namnoon Oriental Rug Gallery, and of course, Joe has a phenomenal reputation. I mean, he's just, you know... He's great at what he does. He's you know, all the designers know him, and of course Mary Ann being an interior decorator and her following. So when people come in here to the gallery and they don't find Mary Ann and they don't find Joe, do they say, well, listen, I'll come back later, you know, and just tell them I stopped by, or how do people feel if they don't see either one of them here?
When we're working with Mary Ann and Joe, we're also working with the client together. So if they do step out, we are always there, so we always have that comfort level with them, and so they feel that they can actually purchase a rug without them.
So technically, you do a lot of the follow-up.
Absolutely.
Where they might initially meet with Joe or Mary Ann, but they feel confident enough to talk to either you or Greg, and that you know what the mission is.
Correct. Yes.
You also, I understand from talking to Greg and to Joe, and you've had a lot to do with the maintenance and taking care of the website.
Yes.
On the average, about how many rugs would someone find online when they go to the website?
Hundreds.
Really?
Hundreds. Every time we have an interesting piece here, we photograph it, record it, and stick it up on the web. A lot of the everyday type of goods we don't put up there. It's more of the, you know, high-end reproductions and old antiques.
Okay, so you actually do reproductions of antique rugs too,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So someone can come in here, order a specific kind of rug. They might have a picture of an antique rug, and you can actually do a rug like that, order a rug, or custom make it like that?
Depending on the country, absolutely, absolutely. And there's a lot of people out there who want that look, but not necessarily want to spend that type of money, and that's what we could offer. So if they're looking for a geometric, primitive type of look, there's a whole grouping just on those looks. If they want more contemporary, there's a whole nother grouping. So it gives people an idea of the type of feel and the style that they like, exposure of color and design.
Now, I gotta say to you, Andrew, this is not your typical rug store. This is not like going, you know, shopping, you know, for wall to wall. It's not like, you know, going into a department store here. There's so many different things here in the gallery, so many things that you have to offer. I see little, you know, hassocks over here. I see pillows. I see artifacts, antiques, everything in here. So for the person who hasn't been in here before, all right, and just comes into the gallery, what are some of the more What are some of the more common questions you might run into for somebody who's never been into Jane Hamlin before?
What size do I need?
What size do I need?
Absolutely. Their rooms are all over the place, especially in New England with these new homes coming in. You'll have odd sizes.
You just let them try them out, or how do you do that?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we insist on doing that, because it's not only size, it's also color. And in their spaces, their decor is completely different than ours here. Our lighting and color is a huge factor. So when we throw them into their space, the size and color will definitely change. And their favorite rug here might not necessarily be the favorite rug at the house.
Now, when the designer comes in here with a client, why is that usually taking place? I mean,
some people just aren't confident enough to decorate their homes, and there's nothing wrong with that. We don't do it for a living. So there's people out there who already know how to bring color and furniture together, and that's what they do here.
What kind of investment? Let's just say for an average size rug. What is an average size rug? I know it varies with everybody, but is it 9 by
6 by 9? You can go 9 by 12.
Okay.
Those are the typical sizes, and you can range from $500 to $1,000 all the way up to 6 or 7. But it all depends on the look you like, the colors, the materials. There's a lot of education behind it and why certain things are